Hey guys, and welcome back. I know that I had promised that you would see a session with Tassie sometime soon. I put a poll up on Instagram, and the overwhelming majority of you voted that the next video you wanted to see would be a session with him. I haven't forgotten, I promise, but the logistics just haven't panned out yet. I have to wrangle elements that vary from the weather to the day job to having my husband be available to come and film for me. So when all of those things come together, we will get a session with Tassie, and I'm really excited to bring that to you when I can. I had some good sessions with the horses today. It was really windy, and I had thought that maybe I would put a saddle on Taz today, but he just didn't have the foundations there to go forward with that. He was doing his absolute best, but he was just struggling a little bit in the wind. And I thought, you know what, today is not the day to make something hard. I wanted to make it easy, and I wanted him to really feel okay about the work. When he tried, I wanted to make him feel really wonderful about it. And George actually had a really difficult session today. Not because I was asking anything difficult of him. He just was feeling some really big feelings. He's had a couple of weeks off because he's had an injury. He's managed to brush himself on a hind leg, and I needed to give him some time off. And I just did my best to help bring him back down, keep his focus on me. He did make some good changes, and then a lawnmower started up nearby, and he struggled with that too. Normally, he's actually not particularly sensitive to that kind of thing, but he had a hard day today, and I thought, you know what, I've made as much of a change as I think that it's fair to expect of him today, and I put him away, and we'll try again another day. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Is it's really become important to me. It always has been, but more keenly than ever, about to focus on how our horses feel when we're working with them, and you know what it is that they feel about being with us and the things that we're presenting to them. And I just think it's so important to pay attention to those things. They give us a lot, and we expect a lot from them. And I think that it really needs to be a true two-way relationship. Otherwise, what's in it for the horse, you know? We can get a little bit bogged down in our goals and tasks and things. Oh, you know, I really want to go on a trail ride today, or today I feel like going on a canter, and the horse was pretty good yesterday, so I expect that he'll be able to nail it today. And sometimes they just can't. They're in a different space, and for reasons known only to them, they're having a hard day. And sometimes we might get frustrated and we'll expect that the horse should just, you know, buck up and do it. And you just can't think like that. You've got to be able to really view the horse not as a creature that's here in service of you, but actually it's probably more the other way around. We expect so much of them that really we need to be in service to them, and we need to be making ourselves as trained and observant as possible to help them feel okay about what's being presented. And I was kind of wondering, you know, what brings you to this channel and what brings you to the way that you want to work with your horse. Basically, what I'm wanting to say is that I've noticed that a lot of the time people coming to this way of working with horses are coming because they've run out of options. They've got a horse that's tricky, difficult, whatever you want to call it, and the way that they've operated with their horses in the past, it just doesn't work because the horse doesn't let it. And so then they come looking for this horsemanship. And you know what? I think that for whatever reason that you come looking to better your relationship with your horse, I think that's great. And you know what? How valuable are those tricky, difficult horses, because they're the best teachers that you're ever going to get. I was trying to think back to when I started looking into this realm of things, and I guess that it was partly a combo of was having some difficulties with a new horse that I'd bought. He was a little bit cranky, and I also had a friend that was having trouble with her horse, and she'd found somebody to help her with her horse, and that person is somebody that I still seek help with to this day. So yeah, maybe it's true of me too. Maybe I found this way of working with horses through difficult horses as well. I kind of just wish that wasn't the case, and that people started looking to better their relationships with their horses before they ever found big problems that forced them to. And I guess that's kind of why I'm on here and I'm on the channel, and I want to give people a bigger awareness of how things can be better with your horses if you're committed to that and you're committed to your horse. You know, I think there's a big difference between being committed to your horse or committed to what you want to do with your horse. And I guess only you know which side of the line that you fall on there. And I want you to be really honest with yourselves. And if you fall on the line of what you want to do with your horse comes first, then I think it would do both you and your horse the world of good to start to rejig those priorities, because we ultimately all got into horses because we love them. And if we love them, that means that we can't use them as commodities, and that we can't just flog them around because we like going fast, or we can't just, force them into a frame because we want them to look pretty. We owe it to them to actually help them feel okay about being with us. And maybe you think your horse is okay, and maybe they are, but there's probably a lot of horses out there that are much less okay than their owners think they are. And we need to start paying attention to these small little cues and signs that they're giving us and where their focus is. And if it's not on us, why isn't it on us? And it's probably because they don't think what we're offering them is a great deal. And so this is really just a musing kind of video that I'm thinking out loud at you guys, soz. But hopefully it gets you thinking a little bit too. And how can we do better? We have to do better by our horses. Otherwise, what's the point? Anyway, I'll just something to think about, and I'll catch you on the next one.